it's Odin here.
And Freya from 59 Degrees of Hope. And we are back with our regular series. We've had a few weeks off, but we are back again now. Sorry for the delay there, folks.
If you've been listening before, we are incomers to these isles.
We are indeed, we are. But we've been here a number of years now, though, haven't we?
We
it's
have.
Our home.
It is. And we're feeling very welcome here.
We are, we love it. It's a fantastic place to be. First and foremost, then, this is our regular challenge to you. We want you to guess where we are filming from.
That's right. Where are we filming from today? From the view that you're currently seeing, it is somewhere in Orkney.
It is somewhere.
There should be a few clues that you can see and pick up on. Trying to not make it too difficult at the moment.
Yeah, we're trying not to make it as challenging as the first two. Nobody's yet guessed the first two that we did. So,
no, that's true.
I mean, we're giving respect to people who get them, but if you manage to get those first two, I think there'll have to be some sort of prize almost. They're so difficult.
Well, at least a shout out, if nothing else.
If nothing else, yeah. So what we'd like you to do is to put your answers in the comments. Tell us where you think we are. And we're going to give it to the closest person. That's the thing. So if 10 of you all get the right rough area, then, we're going to get more precise.
But is it a question of them telling us where we are or where we're looking at?
Well, no, they have to tell us where we are.
Where we are.
Where are we? What road are we on? Where have we stopped? What are we looking at? We hope you can tell us.
And if you can get the longitude and latitude as well,
yeah.
A bonus point. So this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we're going to be starting off with the very popular quiz.
Oh God, yeah, it's popular.
We're then going to go on to take a few of the headlines from this week's Orcadian.
Mm-hmm. Have a little bit of a discussion about certain things.
Yeah, and then we'll just move on to the regular travel and weather update.
Yeah, because that's the meaty end of the...
that's what people listen for.
The show, isn't it, really? The meaty end. So, yeah, join us on our journey through this particular episode. And obviously, the quiz is not at all competitive, is it, Odin?
No, it is. It's very competitive.
It's not at all competitive, no.
Not for listeners, but for us it is. For our own personal.
Very competitive. But, it's ups and downs, I think. Ups and downs so far. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes today. But remember that you can play along as well, and please put your comments in the comments. But, yeah, tell us, which questions did you get wrong? Did you get as many wrong as I'm probably going to get wrong?
No, that won't be possible.
You never know, it's always possible.
And a couple of headlines that we'll be discussing after the quiz. The museum unveils new images of World War I naval wrecks.
Yeah, this is fascinating. They're going to bring in some new imaging that is going to be put on display at the Scapa Flow Museum, is it?
I believe so.
And we're also going to be talking about pretty much an expedition, a voyage to the Arctic, to the unknown. Somebody from Orkney is going to be trying to be one of the first people to row through the Arctic.
Through the Northwest Passage, isn't it? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah. So we're going to be discussing these things and more. There's more, isn't there?
There is more.
There is more.
That's just a brief taster.
Yeah, where we're teasing you.
Whetting your appetite.
Whetting, yeah. But first and foremost, we're going to get the suffering over with first, and we're going to do the quiz.
And so now we come on to the winner of our GeoGuessr from episode 4. The winner is...
Englishman-Abroad, which is very apt, I think. Saying, today you are in Eastside, South Ronaldsay, overlooking St. Peter's Kirk and Kirkyard. Englishman-Abroad is spot on.
We were indeed.
We were, yeah. Yay. So, very good. And that's what we want you to do. Be a GeoGuessr. Guess where we are. Get as close as you can. Whoever wins, we will give you a shout-out in the following episode. Because that's how it works.
£1 million. Is that what we agreed?
No.
You're thinking of something
Sadly, if we were millionaires, I would be only too happy to dish out some cold, hard cash. But
just
we're not.
Recognition.
Yeah, and our extreme respect, admiration, awe, in fact, I think.
Yes,
awe.
yes.
So well done, Englishman-Abroad.
Yep,
you were spot on. Okay, so now it is time. It's time for the quiz. So this is number 5 of the quiz series.
Number 5 in a series of 535.
Possibly. And we want you to play along. So see if you can get the answers before I do, because it's my turn. I think at the moment Odin is just slightly behind because he had a stormer in the last quiz and scored 8 out of 10.
But I believe I had a bit of a stinker before that.
You did.
So
you did.
The average
Ups and downs,
isn't great. We'll see how we go. So, Peedie Quiz, as mentioned, just for fun.
Just bracing myself here.
Okay, eyes down. Question number 1. Which burger chain took its name from a burger-loving Popeye cartoon character? Burger-loving Popeye cartoon
Oh,
character.
my word. I can't think of any except McDonald's and Burger King. McDonald's from Popeye? It's not, I'm afraid, no. Oh, God.
People out there will be shouting at the answer.
It's not a good start. I know already now, actually, but I know it's too late. But it's, is it Wimpy or something?
Wimpy.
Yeah.
They're no longer with us, unfortunately.
Alive.
But yeah, Wimpy.
Never mind, guys. That was embarrassing.
Good start. Question number 2. How many pieces does each player have in the game of backgammon?
I've never played backgammon in my life. It's the one with the long pointy triangles, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good game.
Maybe start off with 4 on each one? 5? So let's say 10.
No, the answer is 15.
15?
15 pieces.
My good grief.
So,
in my defence, to anybody out there who loves backgammon, I had no idea.
which is
Clearly.
Quite obvious. Question number 3. What Italian word means before the meal?
Before the meal.
And it's an Italian word.
Is it antipasti?
It is indeed. It is indeed. Question number 4. What name derives from the Scottish Gaelic phrase, the drink that satisfies?
The drink that satisfies. Drink in Scottish is a dram. Oh, I don't know.
Well, you're so close, you're halfway there. Drambuie.
Oh. You could have given me a little bit longer for that one.
I gave you long enough.
That's harsh. Everybody, don't you think that was
the grass
harsh?
is growing.
Write in the comments if you think that was harsh.
Question number 5.
I think it was harsh.
It wasn't harsh, no.
It was harsh.
In Central Asia, what is a yurt?
It's a tent. A kind of tenty thing.
It is a tenty thing.
It's a portable tenty thing.
Portable dwelling structure, correct. What name is given to a golf course on coastal terrain, usually with sand dunes and very few trees?
Sir, a lynx, sir. Not the cat, Lynx, but lynx, Links.
That is most correct. Question number 7. Which spirit is used to make margarita?
Oh, no. I don't think I've ever had a margarita.
Yeah, we don't have to have had one to know it.
Something weird? Is it a weird one?
No, I can't.
It's not at liberty to say. Okay.
It's a competition.
I don't know. Gin?
No, tequila. Tequila Mockingbird.
Tequila.
Number 8. How many inches is a hand, the unit of length used for the measurement of the height of horses?
Now I do know this one. 4.
That is correct. It's 4.
In fact, can I just say I have measured a horse using my hand?
And how many hands was it?
I can't remember now.
Okay.
It was many years ago.
Question number 9. What is the name of the fictional white fox terrier who is a companion to Tintin in the adventures of Tintin? Now, if you've never watched Tintin or read Tintin, you're not going to know.
I didn't. I was not a Tintin type girl.
No, not me. I wasn't a Tintin type girl, no.
Was it like one of these basic type names where the clues in the
Now, are you asking
description?
me questions? You asking for hints? I'd see that.
I'm tempted to say cotton wool ball, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. So I'm going to go with Snowy.
That is correct.
No.
Snowy. And question 10. What name is given to a 5-cent coin in the US?
Oh, good grief. Oh, this is going to be embarrassing. It's not a dime bit?
A dime bit?
No, not a dime bit.
A dime bar?
No, they're delicious.
A dime bar.
Yeah, I've got no idea. That's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry to any of our American friends out there.
The answer is a nickel.
No, I should have got that.
So we'd do
nickels and dimes.
We'll do a bit of a roundup, I think.
Oh, is that the end? Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. So
I don't
you
feel
got
like
the
that was my
Wimpy,
strongest one.
You got the antipasto, not quite Drambuie. You got the tent portable dreading. You got the lynx. You didn't get tequila, did you? I think you said gin.
No.
You got 4, and you got snowy. So you got 6.
6?
6 out of 10.
More than I deserved, I think. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
6 out of 10. Did you do any better? Be honest, though. If you all say that you got 10 out of 10, we are going to be suspicious.
It will look a bit dubious.
It will look dubious, yeah. But yeah, good luck. I hope
we want to see your workings out as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd like to see evidence. I'll put the scores on the screen because I'll have to check it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a running score, isn't it? So obviously...
You'll be in the lead now.
No, probably not. But it'll be closer. But then when I have my go next time, I should then...
You'll thrash me.
At least catch up, or if not,
presumably
move a little bit ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are moving on to the article. So this is from the Orcadian from Thursday, June the 22nd. So I know you're hearing it a bit late, but nevertheless, it's all good news here from Orkney's news source, and the Orcadian is a very good paper. We will leave the link in the description if you want to have a look at their site. So our first story is Museum unveils new images of World War I naval wrecks. This is fascinating. So divers working with Orkney's Scapa Flow Museum have captured new breathtaking underwater imagery of 2 First World War wrecks, both widely regarded as among the UK's most significant naval losses. The images were captured during survey work on the cruiser HMS Hampshire, lost off Marrick Head on June the 5th, 1916, and HMS Vanguard, which sank in an accidental explosion on July the 9th, 1917.
And yeah, there's going to be 3D models of these wreck sites in the Scapa Flow Museum. And the resting place of both these vessels are official war graves, where obviously, unfortunately, 843 men were lost in the HMS Vanguard disaster. And 737 from the HMS Hampshire.
So many lives lost each time, isn't it? Like Royal Oak.
Yeah, meaning they are not accessible to members of the public.
Quite right, too.
Yeah, I think they just need to be resting in peace down there. Not getting too topical, a bit like the Titanic.
I was about to say, yeah, it
suppose.
does call to mind recent events, doesn't it? I mean, absolutely tragic loss of that submersible, and I'm not criticising those people who were on board at all, but I do think that a site like that, where hundreds, if not thousands of people died, really, they should be left to rest in peace.
Yeah, they should. And it's ironic that people have lost their lives going down to a wreck where people unfortunately lost their lives.
Yeah. And obviously, as you all know, we are dealing with a real paper. So you are going to hear some paper moving noises going on in the background here.
Not digital for us.
No digital.
Okay, then next story. Personal loss inspires volunteer to help others. A Doonby teacher becomes Orkney's first Archie child bereavement responder. The death of a close family member can have a particularly traumatic and deep-rooted impact on children and young people.
So basically a woman called Nicola Moore from Doonby has become the island's first volunteer responder with this Archie Foundation's Child Bereavement Service. I think this is a fantastic thing. I mean, loss of a child is just a horrendous thing. And although bereavement services have been available, they've been more online and via telephone. Whereas what Nicola's going to be doing is much more kind of hands-on and in-person. So I think Mr. Stewart, who is in charge of this organisation, is keen to stress that the staff and volunteers don't provide a counselling service, but they're a supportive presence to offer guidance, advice and comfort during one of the most horrendous times that anybody could have. So Nicola's the first, but she hopes she will not be the only responder in Orkney for much longer. So, but I think it's a lovely thing to do. Nice that the islands have got that.
Yeah. Okay, on to our next story. Home sought for historic vessel. Hopes shared that Orkney clinker could be repatriated from Yorkshire.
So this is an amazing story. This couple lived on South Ronaldsay for a number of years, and then they eventually moved down to York. when they were here on South Ronaldsay, in the barn of the property they'd bought, there was this old clinker-built boat that turned out to be a historic Orkney vessel. And when they moved down to York, they took it with them. And her husband repaired it, restored it, put a new sail on, and it's now seaworthy. His name was Alan. He died last August, sadly. And Mrs. Jarvie is now 83, and she thinks it would be fitting for the boat to come back to Orkney, which is a lovely thing. And she's offered it free to go to either an organisation or an individual who will basically love it, care for it, keep it working, and keep it in good condition.
It's a good story.
So, yeah, it's a lovely thing. The boat was in the barn for 70 years or more. But it's thought that the boat helped during World War II and possibly World War I, ferrying supplies and things across to the mainland from South Ronaldsay. So, it's got a historic role that it played as well. Okay, our next story. Rowers ramp up for Arctic expedition. The possibility of being attacked by a polar bear has done little to deter an Orkney rower from taking on a world-first mission. Kirkwall's Davy Fleck is set to take on the Northwest Passage through Canada as part of a crew of 8 intrepid rowers. So last Wednesday morning, their craft Hermione said farewell to Orkney and set off towards the Faroe Islands and from there onwards to Iceland and Greenland.
From there, the 57-year-old will help bring the boat to her official starting point, Pond Inlet in Canada's Baffin Island. As the ration provisions get loaded aboard ahead of Hermione's departure from Kirkwall, Davy shared his hopes for the expedition with the Orcadian. He said they'll be ready to start rowing late July, early August, and they hope to be in Point Barrow, their final destination, looking like the end of September, early October.
That's a long old time to be rowing across the Arctic.
Well, yeah, as he says, he's been on a massive fitness regime, which involves lifting heavy weights with tyres and lots of cardiovascular work. But no amount of physical fitness can prepare the rowers for the potential of upsetting native predators. And their main challenges will be the weather, ice and wildlife, and in particular, polar bears.
Polar bears. Yeah, I can't imagine that. I think also it does kind of bring to mind, if you like, the big issue of climate change, which obviously is dwindling. The sea ice in the Arctic year on year, it's getting less and less. And the fact that this is even possible, for people to row through the Northwest Passage,
Yeah, and they say they're going to be rowing in shifts. They row for 2 hours and then try and sleep for 2 hours. So it's 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
I can only imagine how horrendous I would feel if it was like 2 hours.
Sleeping conditions are very cramped, obviously. It's not a big boat. Good luck to them.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I think that's a fantastic thing to try for. That's that would be a real achievement. So I hope they manage to do it. Okay,
our next story is from the Gain Oot section. I think I pronounced that.
I'm sure you did.
Correctly.
Yep.
And it's the star lineup of tutors for the OTMP Summer School.
What does OTMP stand for, Odin?
I would say at a guess it's the Orkney Traditional Music Project.
Wow.
And applications are welcome as they celebrate their 25th anniversary. The Orkney Traditional Music Project will welcome the return of its summer school this July with a host of well-respected tutors lined up. Yeah, so they have got some great people here. This is the 25th anniversary year of the OTMP. And they have Karen Tweed. Karen is one of the folk scene's finest accordion players. They've got Sandy Brecken. Sandy is also a very well-known accordionist. They have Tom McConville, who's a fiddle player of, good repute. Well, they're all of good repute, obviously. Gina Leslie. So Gina is also an accomplished fiddle player and an experienced tutor. Erica Shearer. Erica is the musical director at the OTMP. And then Laura Sutherland is both a Stromness Academy music teacher and the OTMP's co-director of music. Quite the group. Quite a lineup. All the guys from the band will be there. Okay, our next story. Orkney's rowers claim the cup. Orkney Rowing Club held their second St Al's Skiff Regatta at Scapa Beach on June the 17th. A better day could not have been hoped for. The day saw Orkney joined by 6 visiting teams hailing from Burghead, Cromarty, Golspie, Lossiemouth, Nairn and Port Seton.
The trophy was taken away by Goldsby last year, so it was game on to keep it on home turf.
Yes, that's right. And the first race was the 40 plus mixed. And then there was also the 230 plus.
230?
Yeah. You've got to be quite old to enter that.
That is old, to be fair.
But no, that's actually a race where the crew's combined age must exceed 230.
So it's pretty tactical then, really. I quite like the idea of that, actually. That could get really tactical in terms of how they put the crew together.
And after all the races had taken place, Orkney, with a total of 80 points for the day, was enough to secure the win and the trophy.
Yay, well done, Orkney.
Yeah, it's a good day out, enjoyed by everyone. And anybody who would like to try coastal rowing, because if you hadn't guessed, it is coastal rowing as opposed to river or
we don't really have rivers.
Rowing.
Yeah, we don't really have rivers here.
So don't be thinking of the boat race, Cambridge and Oxford. It's not that type of rowing.
No.
It's more the skiff type of rowing.
Although sometimes on the tideway in London, it can get pretty choppy some years.
You can do.
But not as choppy as on the sea.
Exactly. So, congratulations, Orkney rowers.
Well done, guys. Okay, our next story, Orkney veterans claim Come Ashore Cup.
They do indeed. They were playing the Caithness Evergreens, and they came out champions 28-17. But it was a day that was all about raising awareness and money to support men's mental health.
A fantastic cause, I agree with that.
The result of the match, while important, was always going to be a footnote in the proceedings. But just for the record, Orkney Vikings have the bragging rights for the coming year until the Come Ashore Cup is contested again in 2024.
Because the score was Orkney Vikings 28 and the Caithness Evergreens 17. I mean, well done to the Orkney veterans, but I have to say, Caithness Evergreens, I do like their title. I like the idea of the Evergreens. Because veterans here doesn't mean what we usually mean by veterans. I mean, once you're is it over 40 you count as a veteran?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But as I get older myself, I do find that age tends to be creeping down to be classed as a veteran for most things.
So, Odin, what's the traffic been like then?
The traffic report has been fairly good, to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's the tourist season, so we've had a few tourist boats in.
We have many liners in.
Yes, we've had a few liners have been coming in, but generally it hasn't been causing too much of a problem motoring-wise. There are still those temporary traffic lights in Finnstown. Now, they're the things that are causing the big bugbear at the moment, because that is one of the main arteries on the mainland. But other than that, it's still plain sailing for most of it.
And now that we've got our Pentalina ferry back here in the Hope, our main artery here coming across from the mainland into the Hope is back up and running, and everything so far, fingers crossed, seems to be going well. So, so we're getting a steady stream of visitors here in the Hope.
We are indeed, and they shall, or shall they not, be enjoying the weather?
Well, speaking of the weather, Odin, yes, they will, because the weather's been amazing. I mean, you have to give a little bit of a nod here to global warming, I think, because it's actually pretty unusual for us to have a spell of weather like we've had this last 2 weeks or more, really, where we have had really nice conditions, like 16 to 20 degrees almost every day for 2 weeks. I mean, we've had the odd day with a fair amount of rain. We even had a thunderstorm the other day. Yeah,
we've been getting the odd sharp shower, the odd thunderstorm, bit of lightning. Never lasts too long, and then the sun's back out again.
Yeah, and the main point is that usually during the summer months we might get a couple of halcyon days in a row where the weather's really nice and everything's fluffy and ideal for photographs. But then usually it breaks again, even if it's just for a couple of days, and then it's back. It's been very rare, hasn't it, since we've been here? I mean, we've been here a number of years now, but very rare to have such a prolonged period of really quite settled weather. We've had breezy days, but, it's been lovely. It's been lovely. So if you've been on holiday here during the last couple of weeks, then fair play to you. That was good timing.
Okay, well, that's everything covered for today.
I think we're done. We've ticked all the boxes.
I hope we have. And if you've enjoyed it, then please subscribe and like It all helps the channel.
Oh, God. You all know how the YouTube algorithm works. So, yeah, click that like button, please. And if you could leave a comment of any kind, as long as it's nice, as long as you're kind. I mean, you can call me slightly embarrassing if you like for this episode of the quiz. I can take that on the chin. Subscribe for all of our next ones to come. Ding the bell.
Ding, ding. Yeah. Thanks very much for listening, for joining us again. Hope to see you again.
Yep, thanks so much, everybody, for listening, and we will speak to you again very, very soon. It will not be as long a wait now.
No.
We'll try and get the next one out quickly.
Get them all organised.
To make up for a bit of our lost time recently. But yeah, so look after yourselves, and we will speak with you again very soon.
Bye
and
from
don't
Orkney.
forget, guess where we are. That's your challenge. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.